Super Sunday, we on 10 daps and hugs with all my friends. Spent 1,000 on the sphere, so you know I came to kid. Ratchet girls, kid. Fly niggas, kid. All the pretty girls, kid. Me and my niggas came to kid. You know I'm fresh as hell. Boogie through the door. She say she like the way I smell. Left.
All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Target Talk. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Justin. I got Mike.
What up?
And as you heard, that is Super Sunday by Joseph, who we have in the studio with us today. Man, thank you for coming in.
Man, it's my pleasure, man. I love what y'all doing, so I'm excited to have a convo.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming through, man.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing.
Thank you. Well, we'll just jump right in.
Let's do it.
You know,
let's do it.
I always ask this question, and it can go one of two ways. It's either an easy question or a hard question.
I like that, yeah.
For those who don't know yet, who is Joseph?
Who is Joseph? I am a Christian. I am a husband. I'm a father, and I'm an artist. So, yeah, you know, that sums up like who I am. Obviously, that's nuanced. Right. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's the basis of who I am. You know, that's how I identify.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
if someone was to ask you what your sound is, how would you explain that?
Bro, I have no clue. Yeah. I have no clue. Swerve probably got to explain that better than me. But I have no clue, bro. I just, I just tell my story, bro. That's really it. I don't necessarily have a sound bed of like, you come listen to me, you gonna get one thing. Ain't no telling, bro. Like, even the song Super Sunday, you know, y'all just had playing, like, that's a record that most people who have been listening to me probably would never expect me to make. It's a boogie record.
Yeah. And
you wouldn't think like, oh, Joseph's he can make a boogie record. Mm-hmm. But that's in my DNA. And so it's really just like, you know, where I'm at in that moment or what I'm trying to articulate. So it varies. So I can't even explain, the sound. It's just, I make music true to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, born and raised Arlington.
Yes, sir.
Agtown.
Yeah, that part.
What was it like growing up out there in Arlington?
It was special, man. Arlington at that time, it was such a unique place, right? Because that was the time where a lot of people were moving in, to Arlington, from a bunch of different places. Like my generation is the first generation to say like we from the ag. Everybody else, like their parents, is all from somewhere else. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom is from a small town in Virginia. My dad is from LA. And I have friends their stories are the same. Whether they from Detroit, they from Baltimore, they from different parts of California, New Orleans. We had the big influx with Katrina hit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Arlington was just like this hotbed of culture at the time. You know what I'm saying? In the early and mid 2000s, and we had like these cultural places. Obviously, Super Sunday is about the Arlington Stadium. Yeah. And the Super Sunday, did y'all ever go to Super Sunday before?
I never made it out.
You never made it out?
I'm very familiar.
But you heard about it though, right?
Yeah.
Definitely heard about it.
I mean, shit, we got a post going viral like right now on TikTok and on Instagram that's talking about it because it was this cultural hub. And Arlington was a cultural hub at the time. So we had, like I said, the stadium. We had Venice Beach, and then we also had Agtown fights going on at the same time. Mm-hmm. And so it made for a really rich and exciting culture. So it was just fun, man. It was just diverse. You got so much, from the streets to I played sports, so sports was a big thing. Basketball culture was crazy out there. It was just a great time to, grow up for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was outside.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to be too. Your parents was like, okay, go outside and don't come back to the street light.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, you mentioned playing sports growing up.
Yes, sir.
You hooped.
Yeah.
What position you play, man?
Point guard.
Okay.
Yeah. Through and through. Point guard, through and through. Yeah, man. Ball was, my dad played ball, and I was fortunate enough that he put the ball in my hand super early. It was like music and basketball have always been synonymous for me. While he put the ball in my hand, he also had like most black dads back then, they had a den and they had records and they had record players and they had tape players and stereo systems. And so while I'm, he's teaching me the game of basketball, I'm also being schooled musically at the same time because he got this den and he's putting on these records and, he's from the West Coast, so everything Dre. Okay. Everything Snoop, everything Pac, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, all things West Coast, that's what I was listening to in the R&B. And then from my mom, I would get the gospel side, Okay. And so, yeah, bro, the ball and music always been synonymous, but yeah, I love the game.
Yeah. Well, being from this area, are you a Mavericks fan?
I'm officially a Mavs fan now. I done converted.
Okay.
So once again, my pops is from L.A., so I grew up a Laker fan, right? Kobe was my guy. Like, and this let's talk it. If we're gonna pop it, let's pop it. Because there's been a lot of Kobe disrespect going on.
There has, man.
Yeah.
Bro, it's a lot of talking about it. I hate revisionist history, right? I really, really hate revisionist history and how the social media climate be trying to change what was and like when they weren't there, right? So I've been a Kobe fan since I was 4 years old when he got drafted. I remember like my dad being like, that young boy there gonna be special, right? He seen it. And I've been a fan ever since. So much so I remember my dad got the first pair of like his official signature shoes. So not the crazy 8s and stuff like that, but like the KB ones. Yeah. I ain't talked to him for 2 months because I was so mad that his team he was coaching at the time bought him the Kobe's. And he knew how bad I wanted them. And he didn't get them for me. I was mad. I ain't talked to this man for 2 months. He'll tell you. That's how, but I'm a real Kobe fan. When he dropped his album, I had it on tape.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about, I know this by heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know the Thug Poet song with him and Nas. People don't know. 50 Cent was on that album. They don't realize that, bro. I'm talking about a real Kobe fan, man. But when he passed, and then when they brought in LeBron, now being a real Kobe fan, that also means I'm a real LeBron hater. Right. Back then, it was you can't be both.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't be both. And so I jumped on, I finally, I always loved the Mavericks. I love Dirk. And you grow up here and you like, you love those teams, Steve Nash and Finley, and, you love those. And when KRIT came, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. He's a Kobe disciple. So I'm going to go ahead and this the last of the real Kobe disciples. So I'm going to go ahead and move over here.
Okay.
So I've been rocking with the Mavs ever since.
Okay.
Well, you're speaking of mine.
That's kind of like a blend of like me and you, basically.
Literally.
So you a Laker guy?
I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan my whole life.
Okay.
He a Mad fan his whole life.
Okay.
Same as you. Like, Kobe was my introduction to basketball.
Sure.
So I got over my LeBron hate. I think it was like that last finals with Cleveland. I got over it.
I think we all kind of got collectively, like black people, all was like, this some impressive shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we all was on that, like, hold on now. This is, we ain't never seen nothing like this.
So basically, by the time he became a Laker, I was already,
for sure,
I already accepted him. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's roll.
Yeah.
So, but, and I mean, I appreciate the Mavs. We got Luka now, so I appreciate
Which
that.
y'all don't even. We was talking about. Me and Swear were talking about this. This is what we do. We vent and talk about. I think Nico, like for all the Nico hate he got, I think he might have been a genius. Because here's why: he loaded up on dominant defensive bigs, and the league is starting to shift back to dominant bigs. So I think he might have been, and we're the only team in the league with 3 bigs like this. Yeah. I'm talking about real rim protector rebounders, like between D-Live, Landlord, and AD. Yeah. Nobody else got that. Yeah. The Lakers scrounging to find somebody. Listen, they might well go get Dwight Howard again.
At this point, man. At this point.
I
don't want Dwight on the team. Nah, Dwight. Leave Dwight. let him stay out the league, man. Yeah. He got some other issues.
So what's your favorite Kobe moment?
I think, I don't know, it might be recency bias, but that last game was special. That was special. Yeah. But it might be the amnesty that game against the Mavs after Mark Cuban was talking trash to him. On Twitter about saying that they should amnesty him.
Yeah.
And then he like outscored them in like three
quarters.
quarters. Yeah. That might be my favorite. Yeah. What about you?
Shoot, I got to see him score, was it 36 in 05, 36, 37. He went crazy. And it was all like towards the fourth quarter in like 05. So I'm Fro being number 8 Kobe is my favorite Kobe.
Yeah.
So watching him watching somebody with your own 2 eyes do something like that, you're just like, okay, this is crazy. The only other person I've watched like that was Brandon Jennings.
Okay.
Like I saw him play Duncanville.
Okay.
When Oak Hill came down and they played at SMU, I had to go. I was the biggest like Brandon Jennings fan, and I just remember watching like, how do you even do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to just completely dominate a game, like it's like it's hard to fathom being able to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro.
Well, shifting back into your life.
Yes, sir.
What kind of music did you listen to growing up? I know you said on your mom's side you had the gospel, and your dad you had the
West Coast.
West Coast. But what albums do you remember, or artists do you remember?
That's a good question, man. Music is how you. Somebody said music is how you like decorate time, right? And so for me, some of the most vivid moments I remember with music was Usher's My Way album.
Okay.
And Kurt Franklin's God's Property album. They both came out like 98, I think. And I remember the road trip we was taking to L.A. My dad had the Astro van. Y'all remember the Astro vans?
Yeah.
Papa said the Astro van, and those was like the 2 albums he was just running back to back. Like he had just bought them just for that trip. And they was just back to back. So those 2 albums, R. Kelly's TP2, that was like a huge one for me. And these are like as a kid where I didn't have no control over what was being played. And then I'd probably say, that's tough. Probably like the Tupac All Eyes on Me album.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Before I had like control of my music taste, like those are the ones that was like, they just really shaped what I loved and what you know what I'm saying? How I would intake music. Yeah, that's a great question, bro. I never you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, those are the ones that really shaped me at a young age, for sure. Yeah. And then obviously you grow up, you start getting your own taste and being outside and Cash Money popping now. And so listening to the, them, I remember seeing the Get Your Roll On video for the first time being like, I didn't even know cars could do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This before the Fast and the Furious movie came out, so we don't know. Like,
they're drifting.
Bro, I'm like, what the? You know what I'm saying? Seeing the Prowler for the first time. Y'all remember the Chrysler Prowler? Yeah. And being like, what is that? I didn't even know. I've never seen nothing like this. And they got these foreign cars and they got diamonds and like just seeing that was like, I don't. It did something to me, man, and yeah, bro. So being influenced by the stuff I'm hearing outside, but also what I was hearing in the house, bro. So yeah, it really shaped me.
That's what's up. So how did you get into making music? What made you decide you wanted to start making music?
Yeah, I don't know if I ever really until college, that's when I made a conscious decision, like, okay, I'm going to do this. But it always kept popping up in my life, right? Like I said, I grew up in the church as well with my mom, and she was like Joe Jackson when it came to like the miming, when we had to do the church performances and all that. And so that kind of like groomed me for the stage in that way. And somehow you always end up, somebody do a rap. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what it take to do nothing. They just know it's like, this will get the kids going. Somebody do a rap. And I don't know how I would always end up being the one who had to do the rap. And so I wrote verses here and there and had to figure out how to construct songs like then. And like, okay, how I'm going to make a song? Who got a beat? Like, And that was kind of like where I was like, okay, I kind of enjoy this process. And then watching that one clip in Hustle and Flow where they made Whoop That Trick. Yeah. Bro. When they made that, I said, hold on now. the homie got a keyboard. I'm finna go up the street and do this right now. So I went up there and I tried to remake that beat as best I could from memory, cause just being so inspired, bro. And I just took that with me. And when I finally got alone to myself when I was in college, and there was nobody else around to influence me anymore. I went to a small school at first called Jacksonville College in East Texas, and I'm just alone by myself. You know how it is. You away from home and, you know, finally with my own thoughts. And I'm like, I started writing more poetry than I ever wrote before. I did what they call it, a talent show. I did a talent show. And, you know, I did a poem and some people liked it. And this one girl was bold enough to be like, you should be a rapper. You should turn these songs into a rap. And I was like, no disrespect, I'm going to the league. All right, this is only temporary. Like, I'm not going to be here long. You know, I'm still in that space. But something about it just stuck with my spirit when she said it. And so I actually did start writing, like, real, like, for real. Like, okay, let me try my hand at this. I did it, put a song out. People liked it. It was terrible, of course. And but that just did. It sparked something in me to be like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I think I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? And so here we are, 13, 14 years later.
Man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So, hold on. Did you say you used to mime in the church?
Oh, for sure.
Because it kind of just like, you know, you mentioned it.
Yeah,
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you didn't do that? Yeah, like, you know, in the black church, you put on the, with the gloves.
I never met someone who's participated in it.
I was in, what? Come on, bro. No weapon?
Okay.
That was, still, yeah, bro. My mom had us in there. We was getting trained. And it was intense, bro. Like, real Joe Jackson, like the Jacksons type stuff.
Yeah.
And, but she always had us perform. Like, I mean, I got pictures as a kid. She had me modeling and doing, like, literally been groomed for the stage, like, for real. And, yeah, bro, it was intense. I'll be up there, you know,
That's good. That's good.
be getting it, bro, giving my all. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and
Christmas specials going crazy.
I'm talking about, bro. Oh, man. And, you know, actually, dog, me and my wife just was talking about the reason why music and entertainment is suffering is because kids don't grow up in church no more.
I 100% believe that.
That was the proving ground.
Yeah.
Because everybody couldn't get up in church and just do, you know what I'm saying? You had to, there was some steps before you got to get on stage and actually present yourself, you know? And if you did and it was terrible, you never got to do it again, you know? But now, kids don't grow up in church no more, and so they just get to go straight to the world. Where it wasn't like that before. It was like, everybody, like, I guess from our generation back, that was the starting point blank, period. Everybody came from the church. Jodeci, you know what I'm saying? We can just go down the list. Like, everybody came from the church. Timberland, Missy, Pharrell, like, the Clip, we watching what the Clip's doing right now. Like, the Clips came from the, Kendrick came from, everybody came from the church. And so, yeah, bro, I had to get on my little something.
No, I 100% believe that.
Yeah. Take y'all butt back to church and start miming.
Man. Well, your name isn't just a name.
That's a fact.
Joy, sacrifice, pain, and hustle.
That's good.
So how do you see those four showing up in what you're creating right now?
Oh, that's good, bro. You did y'all. I like y'all. Yeah, sir. Hey, good ass, bro. I like y'all.
Yeah, we do the research.
I'm sending all the homies to y'all.
Send them through,
man, you know, so the way the acronym came to me actually happened by Big KRIT's manager. He was like a silent mentor for me for years, bro. And he suggested, at the time I was going by Jonathan Joseph, which is my first name and middle name. And he was like, yo, bro, it's just too long. Like, it's just a mouthful to say, pause. And I was like, bro, I ain't changing my name. And then I just thought about it some more. And one day I was just driving. It was like the acronym just dropped out of heaven. Like, literally, joy, sacrifice, pain, hustle. And sacrifice with a dollar sign, because you got to sacrifice the gain. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, that's dope. But it just was like a cool name. It didn't really resonate for real yet. And then I go through, you know, some life where my wife and I, we separate, divorce, And like I'm going through these real things at this time, away from my son. They moved back here. I'm still in Missouri at the time where I finished my college basketball career. And I really started going through that process of becoming Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Like on some like biblical stuff where it's like when you see a name change in the Bible, there's something that comes with that, And I really started going through that process. And it really took, I would say probably until about January, I feel like I just now grew into the name, right? I put out a project called Joseph. And funny enough, at that time when I changed my name, I was working on the original version of the Joseph album. And I scrapped it, made a couple more projects. And then when this year came, I was like, you know what? This is the year to like complete this kind of idea. Because now I feel like I've really got a grip on this name and who I am and who I want to be after kind of getting thrusted into the industry in 2024 with going viral and stuff like that. I was like, okay, yeah, I've really lived this name. And so I just think it's the summation of who I am in my career. I think that's what I represent for a lot of people is joy, sacrifice, pain, hustle. And that just is perseverance. Like one thing people always say is like, bro, you just don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like people have watched me like have really high highs and some really low lows. They've watched me be married. They watched me be divorced. They watched me fix my marriage and be remarried. They watched me, go viral for that same reason. And they watched me do, have songs with Dave East and Big KRIT and be around all these different industry people and United Master stuff. And then they watched when it was slow. You know what I'm saying? They've seen so many things, since I've been specifically back here in Dallas. And I think that the name means something to people as well at this point. It just represents perseverance. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real deep.
Yeah, I mean, we always say it's like bigger than, the name is so much bigger than just like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody deals with those emotions. Everybody goes through joy, sacrifice, pain, and hustle. Yeah. It's like, that's life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all go through that. We all got a story with those things. So,
for sure.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned your collabs with Big KRIT and Dave East. Mm-hmm. You dropped those last year.
Yep.
How did those collabs come together?
Yeah, so the Big KRIT one was they both were kind of organic. But the Big KRIT one specifically was really organic because I had been building this relationship with his manager for years, like 7 years before that happened. Like he heard my first album in 2017. Okay. And he like I said, he was kind of like a distant mentor, showing me love, giving me every time I drop something, he like, yo, try to do this. And I never thought that the KRIT feature would necessarily be possible because I understood what all it took. Like, you got to have a budget, you know what I'm saying? And you got to make the right record. Like, it's a lot that goes into what space is he in? Like, it's a lot. And so I got with a manager at the time. His name is Shamar. And, I was making records, and I made BMW and Get With Us in back-to-back days. And originally that was both for Dave East. Because he was coming in town, and the A&R who was working with us at the time named Playmaker, he knew Dave, and he was like, yo, we should get them connected. And so I made both of those records with the intent of giving them both to, presenting them to East to see, what we could come up with. Because that was more of like an industry thing that was being like, kind of pieced together based on, this would be dope. Let's put that together. And East loved BMW, so he was like, let's go with this one. All right, bet. So the managers was doing all the business stuff they needed to do to get it taken care of. But the KRIT one was like, when I made Get With Us, he was like, yeah, he don't want to, East just want to do BMW. What could we do with this one? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we try to send it to KRIT. He was like, ooh. And this is Shamar. He's like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do it. I'm like, all right, bet. So I sent it to Dutch. And I'm like, what you think about this? You think KRIT will rock it? He like, yeah, bro, this tough. I think so. He like, let me see. Send it to him. The next day, bro, in the studio recording it. I was shocked. That's the look. What you just did is what I did. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, yeah, this is happening.
Yeah.
So as I'm in the studio doing BMW with Dave East, KRIT is in the studio in Atlanta recording get with us.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting the video on my phone of that Dutch sending me of KRIT recording his verse. I'm like, oh my God. While I'm in here with Dave East watching him, I'm like, man, this is a lot. This is, you know what I'm saying? And they both gave me like phenomenal verses.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like some of their best verses. And that meant so much to me because as an MC, you want that type of respect where they ain't give me no half done verses.
They ain't phone it in.
Nah, they ain't phone it in, bro. They they went for it. Like they did at the highest level. And I was just like, man, okay, this the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is where you realize I ain't at Lifetime Fitness no more. Like this the league, you know? And so, man, it was great to get to work with them and, you know, keep a relationship. You know, I still tap in with KRIT. Heavy shoot. We tapped in with East when we was in New York a little bit, and yeah, bro, they solid.
Yeah.
Solid. Yeah.
And they actually, you know, came out, did the video with you and all that stuff. That's big.
Yeah, it was cool, but you know, I want to say this too, so artists understand. This is something me and Swerve and my team we talk about a lot. Like this game is, for one, it's smoke and mirrors, right? It's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and then two, it costs to play. A lot can get done when you got money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you got a backing. And so there's this narrative that you can be independent and do that. No. That's not, no. It's independent with a budget.
Right.
It's independent with a backing, with connection, with whatever. You know, it's never just like, yeah, I just bought my recording setup today and I'm about to blow. No, that is what independent actually means, but that's not what it means in the industry, though. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make sure I said that because people always are like, oh, yeah, if he did it, I can. Yes, you can, but it takes a long time to even get to the point where you're able to even have the opportunity to do those things. And so it's just like, be patient with yourself and just keep building by yourself, and then the right people see what you're doing, and then they'll want to come and work alongside you, and it'll go from there, you know. So I just had to say that because I don't want people to just like, you know, misconceptions and stuff.
I just dropped my first song, Let Me Hit Up Davies.
Yeah, no, but that's real, bro. You know, and I was there too, like because we think about this thing and we're like, bro, we're so idealistic. We hear the stories, but we not realizing like, bro, they really kind of selling a dream. You know, the smoke and mirrors sound good and it look good. Like it's a, what Jay-Z said, cool story. Like, you know, it's a cool story, but I mean, the shit costs. Is like they say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you cut and slice it, bro, that is the name of the game, and it's you know, you just got to know that before you get into it so you can stay for the long haul. Everybody's not, you know, everybody don't got staying power. This shit is a lot of heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? I watch so many talented artists stop or quit or second guess themselves because of the heartbreak. But for me, I have a reason why I'm doing it that's bigger than me. So it's like, even when I wanted to, and Swear could tell you, even when I wanted to step away, it's like, but I have something to say. I have, you know what I'm saying? I can't. I feel like I'm really called to say something, you know, in my music. And so I just hate seeing people like tap out because of their expectations, or that, you know, they get their heart broken. It's like, I want to keep going.
Yeah. Keep it pushing, man.
Yeah.
You also dropped Imperfect Love last year, man. That got some pretty good reviews around it, you know. What's the story behind that song, man?
Yeah, like I was kind of saying, you know, me and my wife, we were married for 7 years, separated, and divorced. And then we got back together. And, you know, we started that process of working to, like, mend what was broken. And it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Yeah.
But it's also the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that song, I've had that song for 3 years before I released it, right? And the reason I released it was because I had gone viral. I had a couple interview clips of me talking about those things going viral. So it was like 3 clips that all just like went crazy. And my boy was like, bruh, you need to drop a song on Valentine's Day. I'm like, absolutely not. That's corny. Everybody does that. They think they gonna make the Drake record and it's gonna, on Valentine's Day. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. He like, bro, just listen to me. Look at what the people are saying they want from you. They like that you talking about this. You got a unique story. I'm like, all right, man, let me think about it. And I started like just kind of open to the possibility. And then I remember I was sweeping, bro. I'm sweeping the kitchen. And then I got to give credit to God. God, like, reminded me of the song and was like, go look up that song, Imperfect Love. And I did, and I listened to it. I was like, oh, my God. This shit is phenomenal. I'm like, this song is so good. Let me play it for my wife. Babe, what you think? She listened to her and started crying. Now, what you got to understand about my wife is she support me, but she really don't care. She love her husband. She don't care nothing about this. Like, she love me. Yeah. All of this is whatever. Like, cool. So when she reacted that way, I was like, ooh, we might have something. Mm-hmm. So I hit up the homie Nunez, who shoots all the content and stuff, and was like, yo, bro, like, I want to shoot this song. We're going to do it in the living room. It's going to be super simple. We're going to get it, whatever. He's like, all right, bet. I'll pull up tomorrow. Cool. It's 2 days before Valentine's Day. So we shoot it. I edit it real quick. And we throw it out. Mind you, the song ain't been mixed. We ain't like nothing. Like literally as is, I heard in, when I first did it in 2021. Boom. It just goes. I was like, oh shoot. Like, okay. And it just kept going and going and going. And the opportunity to finally partner with United Masters opened up and, got with them and they helped push the record. Yeah. And it's just it's dope to see people's reaction to it. Yeah. And how, literally people would hit me and be like, bro, I went back and fixed it with my wife because I heard this. Like, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm open to it now. Or I'm praying that I get the opportunity. Or, like, I'm just like, whoa. It kind of scared me for a second because I'm like, yo, I ain't got this all figured out. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still in process. But I felt so honored and so grateful to be able to be a vessel, like just a catalyst to show people like it's not always over. You know what I'm saying? Like there's, they say this in church, like God loves to turn graves into gardens. Mm-hmm. And that no matter what the situation is, you might think it's dead, but God might have a whole nother plan for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm forever grateful just to be able to like show people that or remind people in the midst of like all these negative conversations that's going on about men and women relationships and marriage and is it worth it or should it, who 50-50 and who need to be doing, like I see you got your ring, so don't none of you too. Yeah. So we all married in here, so we all know ain't no such thing as 50-50. It's whatever this thing needs to work, we're gonna do it. Figure it out, yeah. Sometimes I ain't got 50 to give. Sometimes I got 10, and my wife got to do the 90, and sometimes it's vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's not, okay, I'm only going to give you half and you going to give me. No, that's not how it works. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do whatever we got to do to make this. That's team. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. That's just team, bro. And so, yeah, man, I'm grateful for that song.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very touching song, man.
And absolutely.
I know it feels like a lot of pressure when you got people coming up to you like, oh, man, you saved my marriage or something like that.
I'm just, hey, man.
You just saying your story, man, and it's touching people. So.
Yeah, I can tell you what not to do. Yeah. I know that for sure. Yeah. I can tell you all the things on what not to do. Yeah. So yeah, it's a blessing, bro. I'm so grateful for it.
For sure.
So you kicked off this year dropping the Joseph album, man. Mm-hmm. What was the story you were trying to tell with this album?
I think it was, like I said, it was just the completion of this of me becoming Joseph. Right. It was like the stamp of that, and after, like I said, I started the year with some really high highs. I mean, January, we going viral for the podcast relationship clips is going viral. Imperfect Love, boom, goes viral. And Davies, KRIT, United Masters, and on stage, like Boosie, Big A, all the stuff. It's like at the top. This is all in their first 6 months, and then it slowed down. You know what I'm saying? Like it does. Like the music industry is ebbs and flows, and so I started working on this record, but it also made me look internally. You know, and so that's how you get a record like Treasures. You know what I'm saying? Like that was real. I'm like really questioning, like, okay, God, am I chasing the wind, or am I pleasing you with these efforts? Like, is this all about me? You know what I'm saying? Like I literally woke up at 4 a.m. and I'm pacing around the crib because I'm so anxious, I'm depressed because of this roller coaster that I'm having. And I don't know how to process this. And my wife wakes up and like, "Babe, are you good?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm not." And so all I knew to do was like turn that mic on and write, you know, and that's how we get a verse like Treasures. And you know, finally, you know, like working through emotions on like a song like Stay Alive. You know, that was dedicated to one of our homies, Sheldon, who had got killed 10 years ago as of Sunday. He had got murdered, and you know, I had never talked about that and how that impacted me. But because of like the time that's passed, I was able to look at it from different perspectives. You know, at first it's just frustration. Like, dang, why they do that to the homie? Like, and then it's like I was able to process it and look at it like, dang, like understanding like the nuance of wrong and the perspective of right. You know what I'm saying? Like I say that like the nuance of wrong, perspective of right. Like, why did my brother get snitched on? Why did my, you know, mama get cancer? And why did my people indict my sister? And why do the solid get stepped on? You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to understand and fathom these things. And so, you know, this album was just me able to like work through all of these emotions that I've been dealing with for so long. And some of the songs were from the original project that was like 5-6 years old. Like Smile Again. Smile Again was one you hear me talking about what it was like in that process of like my family being gone, you know, and like being depressed and like I can't even buy my son shoes at this moment. You know, I can't even look myself in the mirror, staring in the mirror. Damn, I fucking hate you. Like most men know what that feeling is like where you like, dang, bro, like I really don't like who you are right now. Like, and I don't know, you know, I don't know how to get to the other side of this. You know, I just want to smile again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to do, but I just want to smile again. I'm tired of being depressed. And so that album, it just gave me room to finally release all of that, you know, just to release it. And my boy RJ was like, after I released it, he was like, okay, now we can move into winning season. That's literally what he said. And then the next thing I made was the song Winning Season, you know, because he was like, all right, bro, like, now you've got all that cleared out. Like, we let go of that energy. We released it. Like, now let's go into winning season. And so it was like, okay, all right, you're right. Okay, let's do it. Let me stand up a little taller. Like, let me get back in the gym, you know, type stuff. And so, yeah, bro. Yeah.
How'd that feel after releasing the album that's, like, so heavy?
Good, bro. It felt freeing.
Yeah.
Like, it felt such a good question, bro. It did. I felt lighter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it kind of got me getting a little, hold on, man. We on Oprah? What we doing? You know? It was like, it did something to me, bro. It really released me. And it gave me a space to be like, okay. All right. You can do this. Yeah. You got more. Like, let's go. Like, you done released all of it, all the pain, all the hurt. Like, let's keep pressing. And so I forced myself to make winning season. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fresh out. It's probably like March or something like that. And I plugged up. I had a handheld mic in my kitchen, and I freestyled the first verse and the hook. It's a dub. Like, because I'm like, okay, I got to rewire my brain again to like, this where we going now. You know what I'm saying? This is what we on. And so, yeah, bro, it's just freeing, bro.
Yeah.
Freeing.
Yeah. So, I mean, today, man, up to current times, man, you made a pivot, man. You got us boogieing with Super Sunday.
We having fun again, bro.
Yeah, so what was the vision behind Super Sunday, man?
So, once again, bro, 2020 was a real big year for me. I made a lot of music, and I'm a storyteller, and so all of my music is gonna tell a story. And so in 2020, I started this album, Dream City, that we rolling out now, and I held it because I knew the time wasn't right to release it. Right, I was like, it's just not right, and so I've been chipping away at it for 5 years. Like maybe a song will come, one or two. I just been chipping away at it. And so I finally got to this year after I released Joseph. I was like, you know what? This is the year of release. I'm releasing this too. This got to go. I got to be done with this. And I thought I was done with the album. And two things happened. Swerve was like, Swerve's wife was like, you have nothing that speaks to the girl experience of what it was like growing up. Like, there were girls around. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It wasn't just the trenches. So I had to go back and get in that bag. So I made a record, 2 records actually that are like super powerful and great records on there. And I'm super excited to release those. But then we had to plan to bring back Super Sunday as like the album release type party.
Okay.
And that was just me like thinking about this by myself. I was like, man, that would be so dope to do that. But when I played RJ the album, bro was like, it's a great idea, and obviously it's a great album, but you ain't got nothing that could be played at Super Sunday on this album. He was like, what is going to follow up Ricky Bobby? You can't play none of these records after Ricky Bobby or, you know what I'm saying, Stanky Leg or you name the Boogie records. You have nothing that could be played in Super Sunday. I'm like, oh, shit, I don't even know where to start. So I was like, all right, man, I'm going to accept the challenge. All right, let's do it. I'm going to try to do this. And so in my kitchen, once again, 6 a.m. in the morning, I'm an early riser. 6 a.m. in the morning, I start, finding samples and working through, the music. And I put the beat together. I was like, okay, this kind of got a bop. And then I was like, I started working through I just did the first verse. I was, gig, ratchet girls, gig. I'm like, okay, that could be something. And then I freestyled the first verse. And I was like, okay, maybe this is all right. Sent it to Swerve. Like, bro, this is kind of crazy. I'm like, yeah. I'm trying to tell you. See, Swerve was a big part of the Boogie era, specifically like in that 2010 to like 2014, 15 run where it was like, it wasn't in its infant stage no more. It was like really blowing up. You know what I'm saying? He was like still is a major player in that scene or just music scene like back then. And so when he said that, I was like, ooh, I might really have something for real because he's saying it. Okay, sent it to another homie. He was like, okay, this is crazy. And then the person I sent it to that really let me know we had something was I sent it to 2 people actually. I sent it to Hashi Sinju.
Okay.
He was like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Then I sent it to the DLC.
Okay.
Now, he's been like a, behind the scenes type mentor for me too. And he's like, bro, you just need the single.
Yeah.
He's like, you can rap your ass off, but you got to have the single.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, okay. And when he was like, Kinfolk, you might have one with this. I'm like, oh, it's just Swerve. I think we got it.
Yeah.
I was like, the last thing I got to do is I got to see if it make the dancers move. So RJ had flew into town from L.A. I waited to play it for him until he got in the studio because I needed to see if he was going to dance. He'll play. And we got it. I posted it and everything. He immediately starts dancing. I'm like, yes! Yeah. We got I ain't give him nothing. Just press play. Boom. Super Sunday. He immediately starts. I said, okay, yes. And then I hit up Legion, who is like, one of the top boogie or just dancers in the area, and sent it to him. He was like, oh, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, we need everybody on stage in white tees when we open for Dave East, and we're going to do it for the first time. And then on stage, it proved again that it was like, okay, yeah, we got something. And so, bro, we just started working it, just trying to figure out how we wanted to roll it out. What I didn't plan for was the, interview clips of me talking about Super Sunday to take off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And those took off. And so the energy has been building up around the conversation on its own as people are discovering the record. and then we do our listening, and then another moment happens, which I've been, we just dropped the music video yesterday.
Yeah.
That wasn't planned. Like, it was just supposed to be like a kickback, type thing. We just playing some of the music in and out, but more than anything, we just vibing like how I used to be back in the day,
Yeah.
That nostalgic energy, that's all we going for. And bro, people started dancing, and it just turned into a thing. I ran the record back 3 times, and like, we just ended up shooting a video, bro. And it was such a great energy. And it's like, man, this record is so fun. It's just great energy, bro. Like, and watching how the boogie energy is coming back. Regional hip hop is coming back in general. And so it's really dope to see how the city is taking that on. You know what I'm saying? With like being going crazy right now. And it's fun. I think it's dope. It's dope. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that regional music is coming back. Because I was kind of comparing it in my mind to, like, how Metro just dropped his very Atlanta tape,
Yeah.
And like, I think Super Sunday in the same way, that just taps into a sound that, I mean, we haven't really had in a while.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, you even threw the Beastie Boys Big Tuck
Yeah,
sample.
Yeah.
I got a response from Big Tuck as well, right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I was just shooting in the dark for real.
Uh-huh.
I was like, because that whole second verse is like, the one thing RJ told me not to do, I did. He was like, don't rap though.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, don't get overly rappy. When I was writing the second verse, that's just how it was flowing.
Yeah.
And, I was paying homage to all these songs that I loved in that verse, from Halle Berry, which was originally the Rose song, and Mr. Hit That Hoe, like Trill Lee, like I love that. Those are songs I love, and so I'm just paying homage to all of those songs in that verse. But the tux, that sample is like, for us here, when that hit, that is the thing that really like gave us the boom for the boogie era, right? You had My Dougie hit in 08. But it was just like, it was still like, okay, we're doing the Dougie, but we ain't really started to boogie yet. But when that song came, it was like, it changed how we moved to music here. Yeah. And so I just wanted to incorporate, I love beat switches, so I just didn't want it to, it had to be like high level production too. It just couldn't be something that, like somebody who appreciates like real, like that type of, production, I didn't want them to be able to scoff at it and be like, but he can't rap. Yeah. But the beat isn't fire. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just a dance song. Yeah. No, like, it had to be able to speak that language to the creatives too. Yeah. It was like, ooh, nah, he went crazy he added these elements. Like, I needed that, And shout out, that was actually Nojo Wallace's idea. It was his idea to bring, he was like, bro, you should add that. I'm like, okay, bet. So that was his idea, and then we just, and also Megatron, who produced it, he added the keys and added some drum sounds too. So it was a team effort making this record, bro.
Yeah, with fun. The keys kind of reminiscent of My Dougie and all
Come on, come on, Mike. He doing his homework. Hey man, y'all come to right on target. They know what they doing up here. Yeah, bro. No, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. And there's so many. Once again, nuance, bro. Music is nuanced. The best music is nuanced. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. And I give you even deeper nugget is I took most of my inspiration from This Is How We Do It.
Okay.
Right? So it's 3 levels, right? So my homie sends me this clip of why am I going blank on his name? What's his name? That made
Montel Jordan?
Montel Jordan.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say Donnell Jones.
Oh, okay.
But Montel Jordan, of him talking about making a song and how he drew inspiration from Marvin Gaye's song, I Used to Go Out to Party.
Okay.
And how at the beginning of the song, before you hear any music, you hear people having a good time. Right? That's the first thing you hear. I used to go out to party. You hear that, and then you finally hear the I used to go out to. Well, he did the same thing on This Is How We Do It. Okay. Before the song starts, you hear people having a good time at a party first. I was like, oh, that's genius. Yeah. I was like, okay. So I'm going to add that. So when you hear me first, come on, it's Super Sunday. All you hear is people in the background. Before you even realize that you're having a good time, the song is already having a good time. And it stays in there the whole time. And so it was like, intentionally setting the atmosphere to have a good time when you listen to that. So if you in the car by yourself, you having a party because the atmosphere of the song is having a party. And then bringing Swerve in, which I was so proud that bro is on there. He's literally on the, like, that's him really turntables on the song.
Okay.
And him, like, adding those vocal elements so you feel what it was like at Super Sunday. If you've never been, you can listen to that song and be like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. This is what it feels like. Even the change up that we go into the, you know, where it slows down and Swerve is saying what it is. He like, you that girl you've been making eye contact with all night. Now, if you was around, you know eye contact. Shout out to Dion. Shout out my dog Dion LLC. You know how big that song was for DFW. And, you know, we wanted to make sure we pay homage to another, you know, who was a legend at that time, like, as far as, like, making boogie music popular. Like, he was doing hundreds of thousands of YouTube videos in 07, 08, 100,000 views. Like, that was unheard of back then, you know? So, yeah, bro, that song is just culture, bro.
Yeah.
Culture all the way through.
So many little references in there and everything.
Bro,
Yeah.
I didn't even catch the eye contact reference.
Come on, bro. It was so intense. Like, bro was super intentional with when he said, yeah, you over there with the forces. You over there with the Melissas. Yeah. Them clear shoes. Yeah. You over there. That's, you know, with everything. We came in white tees and jabos. That's what we, you know. Like, she sweating out her weed while she throw it back on me. Whole team cause a scene while we boogie through the door. Like, bro, you see what I'm saying? That was my favorite from, like, you know, from, who's that? Was that KB's? Whose song is that? Swerve?
Is that just Young Nation?
I don't even know. But whoever, it was all them.
Yeah.
That, you know, and that was my favorite record from them.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's just, the song is just paying homage to the whole culture, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just culture.
Yeah. Fun fact about me, Boogie Through the Door was me and my wife's walkout song.
Oh, that's tough.
So like, as soon as I heard you say Boogie Through the Door, I'm like, oh yeah.
That's cold.
Yeah.
That's so for y'all. It's like
you know, in the reception,
that's
you
what
walk out because we were like in the room. I'm like, we got Boogie Through the
Put
Door.
the video on right here. Clip the video in right here. That's the clip.
Yeah.
Put it in right there. That's cold, bro.
Yeah,
that's tight.
I was very proud of that moment too.
You should be.
We jigged on the way out, you know.
Yeah, I gotta see this, bro. I want to see the video.
I got you.
That's tough. Yeah, that's dope, man.
So you mentioned, so this is the single for your upcoming project.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I guess you already touched on it. So the rest of the project isn't it's not just a boogie project.
No, I don't know if I'm that good. You know, I don't know if I'm that good to be able to make a bunch of records. Like I had that one.
Yeah.
I had that one. I don't know if I could do it again.
Yeah.
But nah, man, the rest of it is you know, it's not a narrative. Well, it is a narrative album, but it's more like a documentary, right? It's like I'm documenting what it was like growing up in the 2000s, like the mid 2000s, in the midst of how we having this big cultural pop with the stadium, and everybody has to come here, from the Bow Wows to the Soulja Boys to the B2Ks, Marios, and then our local legends as well, from the, you know, Digi Norms and the Dions and the and B Hemp, you know, the GS Boys. Like, all of this is happening at the same time, and then you got Agtown fights happening too.
Yeah.
Right? So you have, you know, and Digi Norm just touched on this. Like, he always created the soundtrack to what the city was doing. Like, he was that guy. And so, you know, you had Mike Jack, who was literally a 16, 17-year-old documentarian. I don't know if I said that right. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, baby. Like, he was documenting what was going on in the city. He just was smart enough to package it and sell it, right? And I always say this: if he was white, they would have sent him to film school. But because he was black, they said that he was he created a fight club, when that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
You know, what was happening was he was just documenting what was going on where he was from. He just happened to have a camera. You know what I'm saying? And he knew homies who made music, and so they, boom, okay, this cool. We making a tape of what's going on in the city. And you know, the album is about me navigating all of those things at the same time while trying to live out my hoop dream, right?
Yeah.
And I got homies who, you know, who end up going to prison, And then I got homies who end up going to the league. Like, and I'm in the middle of this thing, and I'm watching people choose their paths, and I'm trying to navigate mine, knowing, you know, what my family comes from and the family history I got and how my family comes. You know, my dad comes from the streets, and ball was his way, like, to make sure that I didn't fall into that. So he put that ball in my hand, you know, and yeah, the album is it's just the city story, it's my story, it's the homie story, like. Yeah. I'm super proud of it, bro. I can't wait for the world to hear it.
Looking forward to hearing it, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I think we sent you the link. Did we send y'all? Ain't get the link.
We ain't get the link.
We ain't get the link.
We got the invite to the listening part,
Okay.
but we ain't get the link.
We'll get you the link so you can hear it early. It's all good. Yeah.
Well, we definitely looking for it.
Yeah,
Doing that.
sure.
Yeah, I got you. Y'all letting that on the ride home.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, to kind of switch it a little bit, is there a sound or style you haven't touched yet that you're looking forward to try out?
That's good. Me and Swerve was just talking. I don't want to reveal what it is yet, but you know, I do want to say that you know, I was a producer first.
Okay.
Like, that's how I approach everything, right? I write, but like my mind is constructing things like a producer does. And so, like, my next thing, you know, I really want to go heavy into the production bag. Not so much beat making, even though I do that too, you know, but it's more of like all right, I'm Jermaine Dupri in here. You know what I'm saying? That type of production. Mm-hmm. He's my GOAT. Like, JD is my GOAT. And that's really what I'm like, I want to press into, producing R&B artists, you know, producing other rappers, just helping them tell their story in a more complete way, right. You know, and understanding how to make real records. I think we got a lot of songs, but we don't have enough, like, great records, because anybody can grab a beat off of YouTube that they think is dope and go rap on it, but that don't mean you know how to make a song. Mm-hmm. You know, and with all these years of experience and with just our knowledge collectively as a team, I feel like we can really help, you know, just help some artists, like, make some real great records. And then it's fun to write from outside of your perspective. You know what I'm saying? That's what Super Sunday was. I had to, like, kind of, like, get out of my, like, you know what I'm saying? I had to go back to, like, 14-year-old me in the stadium, like, what was I on? Like, how was I thinking? You know? And so it's always fun to do that. So, yeah, bro. Yeah. That's kind of where I want to go with it, you know?
The production bag.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
That is. So, I mean, you mentioned earlier opening for Dave East.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you played some memorable shows, man. What can people expect from a Joseph performance?
Energy, right? It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a roller coaster. And it's a real performance. You know, I pride myself. Like I said, I've been groomed to be on stage. Yeah. And so we gonna put together a real performance. You know, Swerve on the ones and twos. It's just gonna be a great time. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna go through all the emotions. You know, it's not many people who can do an hour plus set. Like, I just came back from Missouri on July 4th weekend, and that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Me and my drummer, shout out to Pete, like, hour 15 set. Like, for real. You know, real performance, like, running through catalog. And, you know, you're just going to have a good time. Like, it's great to open for people, but I love being able to, like, take people on a journey when it's just, like, my show. Yeah. You know, that's a different type of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
All right, well, mixing the two, music and basketball, both your loves, right?
Yes, sir.
You worked with Dave East.
Yep.
Did y'all ever discuss basketball at all? And do you think you could take him on one-on-one?
First of all, bro, a legit 6'5".
Okay.
Let me you know what I'm saying? Let me, like, he not like a TV 6'5". Bro is like, you know what I'm saying, combine 6'5". But, you know, I'm really good at what I do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. We just like, oh yeah, you hooped there, I hooped there. Okay, cool. Yeah. That was it. It ain't go to there. You know, he was locked in on his verse, and so yeah, bro. I don't know how it would go. But I'm gonna compete. Yeah. Bro, I get buckets. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay. I'm gonna go get some buckets. That's what I'm gonna do, bro. So I really do this.
You were a scoring point guard.
Nah, I'm a true point.
Okay.
Which means I can do anything that we gotta do to win. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta go get 30, I will go get 30. Mm-hmm. If I got to get 10 and 10, I'll get 10 and 10. If I got to have 10 assists and 3 steals and 8 points, I'm going to do that. My job is to secure the dub. Yeah. It's a dub. You know, that's my job, bro. That's what I'm trying to do.
All right, if you can have a starting 5 of artists.
Let's go. And I want to do this with Hoop too.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm
We'll
just
do
I
back
see
to
y'all
back.
did this the other day.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Artists, any genre.
Let's go.
Who you got?
Numero uno. First round draft pick, Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm going Whitney.
Okay.
This is just artists, right? This is not like producers and none of that, right?
Yeah, just artists.
Okay.
I mean, we can do producers too if you
Bro,
want to do 3 starting 5s.
this is what we do. This is how we kick it. This is shit we talking about. Mike, Whitney. I'm gonna go just for GP. You gotta go. Nah, I ain't gonna do. I'm gonna keep it true. I'm gonna go Freddie Mercury.
Okay.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury, one of the ones. If they know, they know. Go watch Bohemian Rhapsody. Freddie Mercury. I'm gonna go Miles Davis. That's 4.
Yeah.
And then, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go Bob Marley.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Bob. That's like, and that's all outside of hip hop, of course. But you know, those are,
Yeah.
yeah,
Classics.
yeah. That's what, yeah.
Yeah. All right, now
You was expecting a rap list, right?
No, okay.
Okay.
All right. Since you mentioned producers,
Let's
if
go.
you got to start with 5 producers.
Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it from, let's say 90 on.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it from 90 on. So I'm gonna go Devontae Swing.
Okay.
That's, Jodeci, Devontae. So his family tree is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jermaine Dupri, of course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Timbaland.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Pharrell. And this a sleeper. Y'all ain't gonna. I'm gonna go Rodney Jerkins.
Okay.
Dark Child. That's
Child.
Rock My World. That's
the Brandy.
yeah. That's
Dark Child just slept on.
That's Whitney.
Dark Child just slept on, but he
Come
got
on, that's
class.
Kirk.
Yeah.
That's Stone. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Rodney Jerkins one of them I want to work with. I would love to work with Jermaine Dupri the most, but I would absolutely love to work with Rodney Jerkins one day.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't for me. If I'm just a fly on the wall, though, like I still watch Jermaine Dupri production videos every day.
Yeah.
Like especially as he's been making his Magic album. Like, bro. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that starting 5.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Pharrell. That's my GOAT.
Yeah, no, I ain't mad at it, bro. Yeah, Pharrell wanted. And to be honest, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't even realize how cold Pharrell was for real until like the past 5 years. My boy Chris, who we was talking about earlier, like he's a Kanye and Pharrell guy.
Yeah.
But we used to argue. I used to argue him down on like, no, bro, nobody's seeing JD. Yeah. Everybody play with Jermaine Dupri because they don't really realize like
what he do,
bruh. Yeah. Like he wrote "Always Be My Baby" for you know what I'm saying, like, bro. Conversation over, fam. Like Confessions and My Way and 8701, all like Jagged Edge, and like it's so like he got hits with net. Like he gave Jay his first hit.
Yeah.
People on real money ain't a thing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I remember watching that video for the first time. I thought JD was a cool. He had the braids with the Atlanta hat to the side. Like, so yeah, bro. But no, I really just dove like into, everything Pharrell was a part of, especially watching that movie. Did you watch the piece about me? That was good.
Like
man.
a movie. It was real good, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, starting 5 basketball.
Let's go.
Who you got?
My favorite point guard of all time, CP3.
Okay.
Number 2, Bean. At the 3, this gonna get a little tricky. At the 3, because really what I want to do, I'm gonna just give you my 5 for real. I'm gonna go KG at the 3. If you know about Young KG, Young K Jizzle,
He was taking the ball
kid.
and everything.
I ain't talking ticket yet. I'm talking about the kid. When they called him the kid. Yeah. And then at the 4, I'm going to go Dirty Dirt. And at my 5, you got to go Diesel. You can't even.
Yeah.
You got to go Diesel. You know what I'm saying? You got to go Diesel. And then my honorable mention is Rasheed Wallace.
Okay.
She ball don't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't hear Rashid in a lot of
Nah, because people don't even get it, bro. Like, I remember. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, revisionist history, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Rashid, like, bro, being a power forward or a shooting guard or wing player, whatever you want to do in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, bro. It's war every night. It's a fade every night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Tim Duncan, KG, McDice, Antoine Walker, Rashid, like Dirk, we can see Webb, like, bruh, it was, it was crazy back then, bruh. It was crazy. You see the smile, bro. I love the game, dog. Like, yeah. That's good. What's y'all's like?
Starting five?
Come on.
Starting five, man.
You know, we've asked this, but I don't think I've ever even.
I'm not sure if
All right.
we've answered.
I mean, it's gonna sound crazy. But
Nah, come on.
majority of mine are gonna be Lakers. So like,
But like, you're not wrong
so,
though.
like
That's-
Magic,
yeah, you're
Kobe,
not wrong.
You know, Sasha Vujacic at the three.
No, okay, that's
I'm-
wild. Hold on, he just said, bro said Sasha Vujacic.
Nah, but Brian at the three. You know, four. I don't
Said
know.
Robert Horry.
Nah. Four, man. I might throw KD right there.
At the four?
Yeah.
I'm not
And
mad
then
at that.
five, Shaq. You know, like
Diesel.
majority Lakers.
No,
But-
you're not wrong.
But like,
That's the thing.
These
you're
are
not
all time
wrong.
players. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
everybody you just named is like top 15.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, bro. Yeah.
Let's see, man. At the one, I think I'm gonna have to go with you, CP3, man.
That's my dog.
Kobe. At the three though,
The three is where it get tricky for
Yeah.
real. That can go a lot of ways.
I'm trying to think about that one. I'll come back to that one. Four, Dirk.
Dirty
Dirk's
Dirk.
my goat.
People
I know
don't
you
even
thought
hardest
that.
championship of all time.
Dirk
Hardest
is my
championship
goat.
for
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Easy.
100%. 100%.
That was incredible.
At the five, man. Center.
Yo, you know it's only one option.
It really
It's
is.
only one.
Really.
Like, I know they
Yeah.
be trying to play with Shaq, but bro, it's
It's
you
gotta
wanna
be-
throw-
gotta be Shaq.
Unless you want to throw Joker up there.
I consider.
There's an argument for Joker.
I consider
Maybe.
Joker, man.
yeah, you got Joker, Will, Bill, but at the end of the day,
It's
I'm gonna
Shaq.
get KD in there and put him as my three.
at the three, I respect that. I respect that, bro. That's a good list. I seen y'all Cowboy fans too, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That's tragic.
Yeah, I mean,
every
listen,
year.
I ain't gonna even gonna argue about that because it is tragic. but-
Listen, I'm putting a PSA out because everybody know I'm an Eagle fan.
Oh, hold on, man.
How you an Eagles fan? But you from here?
I
Yeah.
may
So
have-
once again, no, I swear, no. Once again, I grew up heavy basketball. My dad wasn't even that. Like, I ain't play football till the 7th grade.
Okay.
And I've been here my whole life, right? So basketball is everything. But when I did start watching football and paying attention, I loved Brian Dawkins. Because the first position I was really trying to play for real was like free safety, because on Madden, I'll be playing with the Eagles. And so Brian Dawkins is like Weapon X. This is my guy. And then T.O. came over. And I love receivers. And then McNabb and Dude Staley. Like, you know what I'm saying? That team was really like, I'm like, man, they turned up. Like, I love them. And so it's just kind of, it's just stayed there. I never could get. I like Dion and Playmaker, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get with the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Quincy Carters and the Vinny
Quincy
Tester.
Carter.
Bro, I was coming in the game too late to be a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
I feel like I was there during. That's when I started watching it.
Yeah.
Like when Vinny Testaverde. Like, that's a wild time to really
Yeah.
like come to consciousness of the Cowboys. So like I was like, I'm cool on this. This
Yeah.
ain't it. And then obviously y'all's delusion started like embedding like a hate. Yeah. No, and you know what? I'm lying. I know exactly where my hate for the Cowboys started. The Little Giants.
Okay.
That movie.
No.
Watching Spike and Coach O'Shea, I was like, I can't stand their guts. I hated Spike. I hated Coach O'Shea. I was team Icebox. And so, yeah, bro, that's where my hate for the Cowboys start. The little Giants.
That's wild.
It all stemmed from childhood.
Yeah. Well, congrats on, the most recent Super Bowl win, I guess.
Thank you, sir.
I guess.
September 4th, we'll be at Texas Live celebrating some more. If y'all want to join. We'll be kicking it at Texas Live celebrating against the Cowboys. Yeah. Ring ceremony.
Ring ceremony is crazy, too. We gonna get the dub though.
Sure.
We gonna get the
Gotcha. Yeah.
out of all teams too, man. The Eagles, bro.
Yeah, you
Sure.
could
Listen,
y'all
y'all best players is getting trucked by referees on the sidelines right now. It's already off to a bad start.
It is all
Like,
bad,
that's
but-
crazy. You seen him like with the whiplash dreads went up. I'm like, oh man, this is a bad. Shaq and the fool. Bring Shaq and the fool back.
Nah, for real.
Nah, man.
It's tough out here, man.
It's
My
tough
whole
out
life we haven't done nothing. So
I ain't seen nothing, bro.
Y'all got a documentary coming out.
man, that don't mean nothing to me.
I
That
swear.
don't mean nothing to me.
Y'all got a doc about to
Get
drop.
us a Super Bowl and
You know what I'm
we'll be
saying?
happy.
I don't know.
man.
Jerry think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
So man,
Jerry all about the money.
that's it.
Making him dollars, so of course it's a good idea.
That's it.
Written a lot of lines, a lot of bars. Do you have a favorite one though?
The first one, I'll just give you the first one that popped in my head is one from the album. And I say, put your talent to work or your life is in vain. Like, it's kind of like the summation of, the album where it's just, Malcolm and Martin, we dying the same. Put your talent to work or your life is in vain. It's like no matter what position you take, whether you the street dude or you the peaceful dude, as in reference to like the juxtaposition of Martin and Malcolm. No matter what you choose, like we gonna die, put your talent to work or your life was in vain. Like if you don't actually use the gifts you've been given, like what was your life? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean that's a biblical principle, right? Like so it's that line right there. That's one of my favorite ones. I kind of live by that one. Yeah.
That's a hard one.
That is a hard one. That's a hard one. If someone only had time to hear one of your songs before deciding they were a fan, what song are you playing them?
That's a swerve question. Oh, you right. Man, yeah, focus your aim, empty the clip. That is the quintessential Joseph record. Like, it's me setting the difference of what makes me different from everybody else. And just, like, really, like, popping it for real. But also, like, embodying that joy, sacrifice, pain, and hustle that we was talking about earlier in one record. And, yeah, it's that song, bro. Yeah. That song is so special, man. That song won't go away. That phrase just won't go away. We put that out almost 5 years ago. And people still say, like, come up to me and be like, bro, focus your aim, empty the clip. Yeah. I'm like, dang, that's crazy, but that song right there, yeah.
What's one thing you've learned about yourself in this process of making music?
Great question, bro. That's a great question. One thing I've learned about myself. I figured out, which I knew I was resilient, but being in this game showed me, like, just how resilient I could be. Like, to say I got that dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't let none of this shit break me, bro. None of it. Like, heartbreaks, loss of friends, at a time, loss of family, like, fallouts, business stuff, and none of this shit could break me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had big artists bite my whole shit. Like, I'm talking about literally, like, see something I did and then go do the same thing, bro. And none of it could break me, bro, and it didn't change me either. Like, I'm still the same me, bro. Like, I still love people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't let it change me. And that's the thing. Like, what Kendrick said, I never changed who I was for a rap image. Never, bro. I didn't do it. I haven't done it, and that's only by the grace of God. Like my faith dictates that, but that's the thing. Like, bro, I ain't let none of it change me, bro. I'm still the same person. You know what I'm saying? I still love the community. I still love my people. And if I fell out with you, like, or whatever happened, I still love you. It's still love in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm proud of that, bro. Like, I ain't let it break me, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was gonna ask what part of your career are you most proud of looking back, but sound like you just answered that.
Yeah, I mean, just the next, whatever the next is. Like, it's all, I'm at this space where it's all gratitude, bro.
Right.
Like, I just posted something the other day where I was like, I finally found contentment. I wrestled with that word for so long because as an athlete, you're always taught to more, better, faster, stronger, efficient. Like, it's always more, right? Mm-hmm. You can never master the game, so there's always more. That's a really slippery slope to have as a life mindset, though, right? Because you put yourself in this space where nothing's ever enough. So when you in your marriage, it's never enough. With your kids, it's never enough. With your job or your whatever, is never enough. That's a really slippery slope. And I believe that we are supposed to have a state of contentment, which is gratitude, right? But I looked at it as settling, right? I didn't have the right definition. When really content is, I'm grateful for everything that God has given me. And if he didn't give me nothing else, I'm good here. Like, I'm grateful. I'm healthy. My kids healthy. My wife healthy. I love what I do. I got great friends. Like, bro, I really got the life for real. Like, and the moment that helped me get there was when I was performing in Missouri, and I was performing. I hadn't been there in 7 years, and the last time I was there, my wife and I had just separated, and so I was there by myself with just my band. My wife wasn't there, and we hadn't had my daughter obviously yet. So I got to go back 7 years later, which is the number of completion, God's number of completion. And this time I'm back with my wife, and my daughter's here with me, and this is her first time she gets to see me perform. She's 3. And so all these people who I hadn't seen in years, bro, they pulled up to see me perform, bro. It was so crazy. It's like, I ain't seen you forever, like, and they showed up to watch me perform. And when I finished the last song, I walked off the stage, and they was like, one more, ah. And we did Focus Your Aim. And this time, my daughter ran on stage. And I'm performing the first verse of this song, Focus Your Aim, Empty the Clip, where I'm talking about all of these things that we just overcame to rebuild our family. And I'm holding my daughter in my hands as I'm rapping that. Bruh, that was the moment where I was like, I'm good here. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, dog, most people will never get to experience something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all looking for the big Grammy moments and whatever, but bro, that? You know what I'm saying? Like, to have a moment to reconcile this thing that was broken 7 years later with your family. And I'm doing it, holding my daughter as I'm rapping this verse, and she's like so proud, and she's dancing to my music, and my wife's over there smiling, and people I love is in the crowd, and people who have supported me for years are in the crowd. Bro, what? What is there to complain about? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What is there to be like, oh man, no, bro, I'm so grateful. And anything that comes, I'm grateful. Like, I got so much gratitude just being here that y'all would want to talk to me. Who am I that y'all want to talk to me? Like, for real. Like, who am I? Okay, you make music. What? Who cares, bro? Like we all have a story. And so the fact that somebody cares enough to want to sit with me, take time. Y'all got wives, bro. Y'all are away from your family right now to sit here and talk with me. Bro, I'm so grateful. Like, I got so much gratitude for that and respect for that, bro. And I don't take that lightly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bedtime right now. My wife putting kids to bed right now. And it's like, I'm grateful, bro. I'm so grateful, though. Yeah.
Well, man, we appreciate you too, man, taking out your time.
Yeah,
man,
for
coming out here and sit with us, man.
It's a pleasure.
So what's next for you, man?
Yeah, man, we just rolling out this album, bro. We taking our time. We're gonna gear up for another single here soon. I don't know when, but soon. You know, we just, bro, we really just taking our time, rolling it out, bro, having a good time. But, like, reconnecting with community. That's something I think that after the pandemic we really lost doing a rollout and engaging with people during the rollout. It's not just, okay, we came up with some cool thing online. People watch the promo video and then that's it. Whoever listens. Nah, we've been very strategic about re-engaging the community who supports us and who's shown us love and just bringing people back together. And that's all that kickback was, bro. That's why it wasn't like we didn't name it an album listening. It was a kickback mix, like it was a day party mixer.
Yeah.
Because we just wanted to get people together. We played a couple records, cool. Like, but we just wanted to, you know, enjoy being around our people who are like-minded. And that's why when you watch the video, you see all the smiles. Like, literally, that's all it was. The whole day was just smiles. Like, smiles, having a good time. And so that's the energy we bring in as we rolling out this album. And, yeah, man, just a lot of excitement, a lot of gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for sure, man. Well, before we get out of here, why don't you go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at, man?
Yeah, man. On all platforms, it's Joseph Live, JSPHLIVE. On everything. Yeah, everywhere.
You also got the pod too. You got a podcast yourself too, man.
Yeah. We tap into that, you know, when it's time to tell stories. In a certain way. You know, I just value, you know, this space, the art of conversation.
Yeah.
I think it's powerful. Like I said, like everybody got a story.
Yeah.
You know, and it's always dope to see how our stories like collide.
Yeah.
So when we did it, the first people I interviewed was, you know, my guys, you know, my close friends and team and family members, because those are the stories that help shape mine.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, bro, it's cool.
So
We'll see.
Where can the people find that one?
Shit, I don't even YouTube, wherever you consume podcasts. Yeah, I made a pact with myself that I would no longer listen to podcasts in the car. Because I was like, I think this is kind of chipping away at my love for music. Because, you know, music used to be like, the car was an intimate place you encounter music. I was like, I think I need to stop. So I only listen to podcasts at my desktop now.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, when I'm, you know, at work and I'm in my zone, I'll put on, okay, now I can do my pods and get caught up on all my sports stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's a blessing.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming on, man. It's
Definitely
been
appreciate you.
Great conversations.
Yeah, it's great. I'm sending all the homies your way, so be prepared.
Okay, we ready, man.
Hey, we ready.
We appreciate you coming through for sure.
So.
Yeah, but until next time, man, we out.
Peace.